So in high school, we had a biology teacher. So what she would do was she knew that people who struggled with math and people who were very good at math. So what she tried to do was accommodate people who were good and bad in math. So what she'd do is she'd teach, okay, let me just try to find my words here. What she'd do is she'd try to teach, let me just say black and white, to explain a certain concept, and then let's say color and flow diagrams for another explanation so other people can understand. So when students go to, let's say, math classes and a teacher is explaining certain things, people who already used to like learning in like flow diagrams and like how things come about already feel like they're not accommodated and have like a fear of math already, which makes them like not really understand how, like, I don't know how certain math concepts come about. I don't know, like, yeah. Like, I don't know how this works, like, in psychology, that some people fear math because if, let's say, a teacher makes a certain mistake, already like, oh, wow, okay, if the teacher can make a mistake, then already the fear is brought onto me, I can make the same mistake. Or, I don't know, certain ways of learning things and understanding, I don't know, how can you explain?
Can I respond to that? I'm sorry if I'm repeating something that maybe happened in the first block, but I was unable to attend that. But I'm glad that you said about making mistakes, because for me that's something key. And I think that we're conditioned very much by our schooling systems from a very young age that making mistakes is a really bad thing. And I'm experiencing this firsthand with my daughter who's in grade 3 now, and we're at a grade now where we get maths homework. And she's absolutely terrified of sitting with math and making a mistake. And it's not something I've induced. In fact, I've been very careful to teach them that we learn from mistakes and let's look at what went wrong, and we're not attached to marks or tests, and then we look at it differently. But she's absolutely terrified of it, to the point that she won't experiment with maths, but if she thinks she's written down something wrong, then I must produce an eraser immediately because it must be rubbed out and no one will see it. What if the teacher sees that I made a mistake? And I think it's something that's conditioned, and there's nothing wrong with the teaching, or I think it's just something to do with the way that we're taught, or even maybe something inherited in ourselves about making mistakes. I'm not sure if it's the education system even, but we have this thing about making mistakes, making us feel bad, and making us feel like we're not good enough. And for me, that is where the learning takes place. So much so that we now have a messy maths book where she can make mistakes and the teacher never sees it, and we cross out and we don't rub up, but we see where we try different things and we learn from it. And I think that type of thinking where it's okay to play with maths and it's okay to try different options and not always feel like making an error is such a wrong thing, but allowing ourselves to play with mathematics and to try different techniques. I think there's a space for that, and I think we need to encourage ourselves to challenge that fear of getting it wrong. And see every assessment as an opportunity. Getting 2 out of 10 is not nice. That's the psychological, that's the emotional experience, it's negative. But what if we turn around and say, okay, there's 8 marks that I can learn from. I can turn this around and try and learn from it. I can meet with my lecturer and ask questions and say, where did it go wrong? So that type of thinking has to change, because that's very much part of discovering this abstract world that you spoke of, is giving yourself that freedom to make mistakes and to chat about them and not feel stupid and not feel there isn't a space to ask. So I think that's important.